Console Drone's Gamer Talk Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You found me.
So how come Brock's blue and you're not?
Why?
Hello, listeners, gamers, geeks, grown-ups, and internet. Welcome back to Console Drone's Gamer Talk Podcast, force-pushing video gaming excitement right out of northern Arizona, somewhere in Washington, from the planet Dathmere. This is season number 2, episode 151. You're listening to a weekly podcast where we talk about everything and anything but mainly video games. I'm your host, Chris, and today the full crew is here. For our listeners, this episode has a very special guest joining us. From Evallis Entertainment and the sole creator of The Moors, Joseph Lloyd, joins us today. All right, let's get this shindig started, shall we?
It's time for What You Drinking and What Have You Been Playing?
All right, let's start off this week with Miguel. What are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, buddy?
Monster! Like always. Modern Warfare. It's still fun, for me anyway. I'm sure no one else has that opinion. Overwatch. Still fun. John agrees on that one.
Depends on the day.
He's had a bad week. He doesn't want to play anything.
Yeah.
And Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. We'll get to that later. Why don't you just let that marinate?
All right, sweet. All right, let's move on over to Joe. Joe, what are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, buddy?
The wife made me a Tito's drink, so it's Tito's and juice.
Joe.
Oh yeah, sorry. Which Joe?
Juice.
I'm gonna call Joe and Joseph. I'll call him Joseph. All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, Tito's drink.
Or Deuce. I don't care.
Deuce? No, juice.
Oh my god.
All right. I've been playing. I did play Modern Warfare for a little bit. Fallout 76 Xbox. I played Star Wars Fallen Order on the Xbox. Played Outer Worlds on the Xbox. Let's move on over to the Master Race. I played Age of Empires 2.
Woo!
Because it's
Master Race
because it's free on Game Pass, so I got that. And I played this little game called The Moors on the PC. Moving on over to something I got. I got the Oculus Quest. So
Oh my god.
I played Vader Immortal Episode 1.
Shut up.
I played Angry Birds, Beat Saber, and a bunch of other demos for it. Enjoyed the hell out of it. And last but not least, for the Switch.
Joe, real quick, since
Fortnite?
you're talking about since you're talking about your
Oculus.
VR,
Okay.
did you try SLR?
SLR.
Yeah, SLR.
Slur.
That's your porn app for your.
Oh.
for your-
No, I just used the web browser. Yes, I did porn. You log into you go to Pornhub.com and boom, it's to like alter the file. Just boom, it's right there in your face, bouncing. Anyway,
Oh my lord.
no, okay. Last but not least, on the Switch, Target had a buy 2 get 1 free, so I bought my boys Luigi's Mansion 3, and I got Civilization 6 for the Switch. And no. And yes, I played Pokemon Sword
Sweet. Let's move on over
on
to
the
John.
Switch.
Did you catch them all?
Not trying to.
What?
One more time.
Try one more time.
John.
I didn't hear anything.
John.
Oh, my turn.
Yes.
Hey, okay, this week I am drinking Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. It is 9% alcohol by volume. This is my third one. It's really good. After I finished that bottle, I'm going to be drinking the Huckleberry Blonde Ale, which I think is it's only 5%, but it's really sweet. It's pretty good. This week, technically not this week because I don't think I've actually played any video games this week. But since we podcasted last, Overwatch, Madden 20, Modern Warfare, and I fired up Assassin's Creed Origins and then rage quit because I died. And that's me.
Sweet. We're going to move over to our guest of honor, Joseph. What are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, buddy?
This week I drank some Jack Daniels because I'm boring. And video games. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft recently, actually.
Sweet.
I'm still doing that. A little bit of Left 4 Dead still.
Right on.
Yeah. Mainly just working though.
Right on. Sweet, man.
What about you, Chris? What are you drinking and what have you been playing?
All right, so I am drinking the Goose Island IPA. And let's see, this week on my Xbox, I played some Fallout 76 and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And then over on my PlayStation VR, I played No Man's Sky because I picked that up in VR. That's the only way I'm going to play VR is No Man's Sky in PlayStation VR. And then on my Switch, I played Luigi's Mansion 3. And I also played Pokemon Sword. A shit ton of that game. So, a lot of fun there. A lot of fun. All right, and that is pretty much me this week. So, we're going to move on over to the news. Joe, are you ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Deuce's Weekly News, keeping us informed and up to date in the gaming industry.
All right. So this week, I'm just going to read the headlines, and then you guys chime in if you want to hear about it or not. Yeah, Goose Island. Let's see. First up, Half-Life Alyx is Valve's virtual reality title. So they're going to have a Half-Life virtual reality title.
Can I hear more about that?
Yeah, Steam VR. It'll be $60, and it's only on the PC-based VR headsets.
Okay.
No PSVR.
Okay.
No, March 2020 release.
Cool.
Next, loot boxes and keys will be replaced in Rocket League on December 4th. We've been talking about loot boxes and stuff. And yeah, so they will be converted to 100 credits. All keys will be. Next, Toyota Supra is coming back to Forza Horizon 4. Next, Microsoft plans to make Xbox Play Anywhere cross-gen, which is really nice. Cross-gen.
Can I hear some more about cross-gen if you have it?
Well, she's about 6'1", red hair, green eyes.
But is she really a she?
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's cross-gen, so she might be packing. So all depends. A hole is a hole is a hole is a hole. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Okay, Xbox Play Anywhere. Saying that Halo Infinite, which is launching on PC, Xbox One, and Scarlet, will be first to bring Play Anywhere to new consoles. And they announced this at XO19. It's making up for the poor transition between Xbox 360 and Xbox One. So, how when Xbox One came out, there was like issues with backwards compatibility. Where brand new Xbox 360 games came out and you couldn't play them on the One, or vice versa. Well, obviously not vice versa, but
You can play online together.
exactly, together. Yeah, so they're changing that. So now, to make the transition smoother, if you buy a game, like say on the Xbox One X, and then the Scarlet comes out, you'll have that game there as well.
So we won't have to pay for Grand Theft Auto.
Right. Or Halo. Next, the Sony Pony handheld fun controller has been changed to look more like an Xbox controller. But anyway,
tell me more.
What?
Yeah, the hand portion, or where you're with the part that you hold in your hands on the controller, they're widening it so it doesn't look like two penises. And they're getting rid of the light bar. So, and it's going to be USB-C.
Are you saying that nobody likes that blinding light bar?
I liked it for
until you look directly at it, it's fine.
Obviously, yeah. But I didn't mind it. But yeah, so that's just a prototype for right now. We will probably find out more at E3.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where is this light bar?
It's on the top.
Yeah.
Right on top.
It's that little clear plastic.
No.
piece.
Down here?
That white, that's the light bar.
This?
Yeah.
Yes, that white part.
When are you ever looking at that? You hold it like this.
Right.
And it's
Well,
never facing towards you.
Right. I understand your argument, John.
I did not know that it was even there.
Yeah, it lights up like if you're like two players, one will be blue and one will be red. Some games actually, I don't remember which one it was, but when you have damage, it'll sit there and like blink.
Or like player 1's red and player 2's blue. So this is the newer version. I stepped away. Sorry, shit. This is the newer version. It has the same thing, but they also put like you can't see it, but there's a clear strip here so you can see it on the front too. Ooh,
It's the exact
Same controller you have.
I didn't know. Sorry, okay? Fuck off, John.
And
Damn it.
I have the God of War PS4 Pro. It's not mine, but I have it on my shelf.
Would you steal it?
My cousin let me borrow it.
Oh, okay.
The only reason he got it was to play God of War, and then
That's
he
the
beat
only
God
reason
of
you
War.
need it.
Yeah, and I haven't touched it since I beat God of War.
Joseph, feel free to jump in at any time.
I think he's just enjoying the show.
Yeah,
probably.
just interrupt Chris as much as you'd like.
Yeah, fuck you, Chris.
Fuck you, John. That's the theme of the
Thank
week.
you. Oh, I missed you.
So I guess the triggers are supposed to have they're supposed to be adaptive triggers in the new controller, to where you'll have like feedback in the controller itself for Sony ponies if you're playing on PlayStation. All right, so to get into some of the XO19 highlights real quick, 10 Final Fantasy titles are going to be coming to Game Pass.
Tell me less.
Okay. Minecraft Dungeons release date was announced on April 20th or April 2020. Rust is coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One next year. They're also releasing all the Yakuza titles for the Xbox on Game Pass, and they are also bringing Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 to Xbox. And what else was it, Chris? I'm trying to remember.
Shit.
There was so much. They were talking about what do you call it? A lot of Game Pass and the new controllers, which are available right now.
You said the Final Fantasies, right? Yakuza, Final Fantasies.
xCloud, which is in beta right now, so you can download xCloud on your Google apps.
To register.
To register, I actually have it downloaded, but it says it's not available in my area.
Because you have to register.
Right. 50 games are coming to Game Pass: Rage 2, Age of Empires 2, Darksiders 3, The Witcher 3, Final Fantasy 7 through 14 or 15. Rare is developing a new game called Everwild, which is kind of like okay. They had a bunch of deals. Grounded was also announced through Obsidian Entertainment, the guys that brought you Outer Worlds. It's a survival, but it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids survival. Then the last trailer ended with like the giant spider, like anyway. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the highlights. They were just really, really sold on the xCloud and showing how Xbox is moving towards playing anywhere and playing on anything. So your cell phone, your tablet, your PC, your TV, as long as it has Bluetooth capability, you can play on it. You can play Xbox titles. Woo! That's it for the news.
Sweet. All right. Well, it's time for our dates. Demonic, you ready, buddy?
I'm ready.
Demonic's dates, keeping us on track with what video games are coming out soon.
So, initially, I put this on here for Chris. It's not a standard game that we would talk about. I put this on here for Chris to kind of throw it in his face. But ironically, it's great for Joe at the same time now because Joe got an Oculus Quest. Today, Star Wars Vader Immortal, a VR game on Quest, was released.
Yeah, episode 3.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay. So episode 3. So
yes,
so,
I already bought it.
Sorry, Chris, you don't have a Quest.
That's cool.
But Joe does.
You can come play on my quest.
Go on a quest with him with his quest.
Oh
my side quest.
Lord. Holy shit.
11/22, Civilization 6, PlayStation and Xbox. Joe, you can get it on your Xbox also. Come on.
Why? So I can take it to GameStop and trade it in?
They don't take games.
I'll put it on eBay or something.
Lost Ember, PlayStation. Doom 64, Switch and Xbox.
Yes.
Marcos, Rise of the Cartels. That's supposed to be Narcos? I don't know if I got auto-corrected. Narcos, Rise of the Cartels, Xbox. Sniper Ghost Warrior, Contracts, PlayStation and Xbox. That's it.
Sweet. All right.
Joe, go play Star Wars. More Star Wars.
Yeah, I will.
You get Star Wars, and you get Star Wars, and you get Star Wars.
And I don't. All right.
You get The Mandalorian.
Yes. All right. Now it's time for the more you know. John, you ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up,
Figured out.
And that's it. That's it for the more you know.
What the hell? Pitter patter, good job.
I figured we had a special guest we were interviewing and a bunch of shit to catch up on for the last few weeks that didn't really need to prepare for my segment, so I did not.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll cut that out.
Yeah.
So what did you do instead? Because you haven't played any games.
I've been reloading ammunition.
Reloading the nutsack.
All right.
Oh, my God. All right. Sweet.
But, that and having people come and look at my house we can move, I have to keep it clean constantly and then be prepared to leave and within a half an hour of getting a phone call, which is really fucking annoying.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into our main topics, which will be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, we have a segment called What the Fuck. And Joe, I want to explain this to you. We have What the Fucks during the week. That could be during life. It could happen during your video games. Anytime you say what the fuck and you want to bring up the moment, this is the segment that we do it at. So anybody have any what the fucks this week?
What?
I do.
Fuck you, John.
All right,
Go ahead,
John.
Miguel.
And now it's time for our What the Fucks for the week.
What the fuck? Ooh, what the fuck?
That's Purdy Joe.
I'm sorry to everybody that the Eagles let down this. Fuck you, John.
The Eagles are going to let down this weekend, too.
Fuck you, John.
Go Hawks.
Eat a dick.
Go.
I'm gonna express order you a chocolate dick so it's on your doorstep on Sunday.
Bring it. What's my address? You don't know.
What's your new address?
But I can throw your email address out to everyone.
That is fuck you, Miguel.
I don't know your physical address, but I could get it from Chris, or I could just throw your email address out there.
Oh, that's right. Chris has my address.
Chris, do you want to send John a chocolate dick?
I don't know.
I'll eat it, but not on camera.
Why not?
Well, he also won't chew it.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll just the whole thing.
My
right down the
Lord.
hatch. 4 minutes aside, down the hatch.
So, yes, I'm sorry. Fuck the Patriots. It's my what the fuck.
Wait, Joseph, you don't have a football team, do you?
I don't know.
All right, we're fair game.
Fuck the Patriots.
Game on. Well, even if you did like the Patriots, fuck the Patriots. But...
Yeah, Joe don't care about nobody.
Anybody else? John?
My what the fuck? I was cruising Facebook the other day, and I saw a video where Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback for the Washington Redskins, was pleading with his offensive line about what he needed to do to help them do better, and they were laughing at him. What the fuck? You are paid millions of dollars to perform, and these guys do not give two shits about their job.
Well, and I mean, I heard that he was pleading with his offensive line. I didn't hear all the details that you just provided, but I mean, he is a rookie quarterback, and for him to be out there talking to his line saying, "What do I need to do to help you?" I mean, that's a leader for your team right there.
Yeah.
If you're just laughing at him because he's a rookie and he's the new guy. That's fucked up.
Yeah. And it may be that the post that I saw was somebody's interpretation of what was happening. I didn't physically see that. It was a video, and you could hear Dwayne Haskins talking to them, asking, "What do I need to do to help?" And there was one offensive lineman. I don't even know who they are because the only offensive linemen's names I know play for the Seahawks because that's my team. Every other offensive lineman, other than Taylor Lewan, I know him because he went to Michigan. Go Blue. I didn't know who this guy was, but he just kind of smiled and looked the other way when Dwayne Haskins asked that question. It's like, come on, guys. You play to win the game.
Okay, coach.
Unless you're a Dolphin.
Unless you're or a Redskin, apparently. So, yeah, what the fuck? Play the game. You get paid. I know you get paid either way, but people want to watch you. They want to watch your team win, your hometown team. They want to watch you win. And so you need to give a flying fuck about your job and what you do. That's it. Go Hawks.
Cool. Joe, you
Go
got
Eagles.
God damn it, these motherfuckers. They're playing Joseph. They are playing each other this week, so they're going to be talking shit like all day. So
At least I'm from where my team is, Miguel.
What does that have to do with anything?
Go Hawks.
should be a Cardinals fan.
You should be a
Fuck the
Cardinals
Cardinals.
fan.
Have you
I
met their
agree.
fans?
Yeah, that one down there. He's over there on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met him at the game.
Oh, yeah.
Despicable.
That was fun.
It was fun.
That was a great time, though.
Fantastic.
Fuck those Cardinals fans behind you and Miguel, Joe, but it
Yeah.
was a great time.
That was a
It
great
was a lot
time.
of fun. I think we're going to have a bigger group next year.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
thinking about seeing if we can get enough people to get like a Airbnb or something with a pool.
Or I was going to say, can we get a box?
A dick in a box?
No, a box. Like box
box
seat.
seat?
Like yeah.
Fuck no, I ain't buying a box seat.
Why? If you split it like 10 ways,
I don't know. We're going to have 10 people.
or you can find 10 people.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
do we all have 10 people we want to hang out with and sleep in a house with?
You don't have to stay in the same
I'm not
house.
sleeping with nobody.
Well, if we rent an Airbnb with a pool, we're all going to be at the same place.
No, I'll stay at the same hotel. I'm not going
Yeah?
anywhere else.
Huh?
They have suites there. Anyway,
Yeah.
Joe?
why what the fucks? One, snow. What the fuck? Yes, I know it's winter, but what the fuck? Snow. Damn it.
Dude, you live in Flagstaff. You guys are at like 70,000 feet.
I
I know, but
second. I second Joe's what the fuck.
Thank you. It's
I'll
not the
third it.
snow itself. It's not the white stuff that falls. It's the assholes that are driving in it with me.
Oh,
I agree,
I
yes.
understand that
Yes.
because it rains a shit ton up here. And you'd think the people who live here, who are used to the rain,
Right.
would know how to drive in the fucking rain.
Exactly.
They don't.
And mostly for me, it's the truckers
Yes.
on the highway. Fuck them.
Yep.
Fuck them. Anyway, my other what the fuck, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. We're going to talk about football. Myles Garrett, what the fuck?
Oh,
Asshole.
shit.
Jesus. talking about taking a helmet to somebody's head, and now he's saying, well, Mason called me a racial slur, or he said a racial slur. I'm like, what kind of fucking cop-out is that? You admitted that you did it. You admitted that you were wrong. You shouldn't have done it. Now suffer the fucking consequences. Don't sit there and try and point fingers, because now that he said Mason Rudolph used racial slurs, Mason originally dropped the charges. I wouldn't be too surprised if Mason was like, you know what? No, I am going to press charges, because that was assault.
But I mean, who knows? Mason probably did say so. What is going to make a player go off that intensely? And I mean, fucking Mason Rudolph went chasing after him after the fact for no fucking reason, John.
Yeah. Actually, when I watched the video, I didn't watch it actually happen live. I watched it the next morning at work. Somebody told me about it. Mm-hmm. But I was like, what did Mason Rudolph say for this to happen? Yeah. But if you watch the video, when Myles Garrett lands on top of him, Mason Rudolph is trying to rip his helmet off.
Yeah,
right.
He's got him by the back of the helmet. He doesn't get it because he's a pussy. And Myles Garrett is a man and reached down there and yanked that shit right off of his fucking head.
That's a man.
That's a fucking man.
But he's still...
But I'm not condoning what Myles Garrett did. What he did was absolutely wrong, 100%. But Rudolph is not innocent in this.
No,
I didn't.
And after he swung the helmet at him, the other Browns defensive player who was ejected from the game knocked Rudolph on the ground. And in that video, you can see Rudolph looking up at that player and calling him a bitch.
That's a racial slur?
No. I'm not saying that's a racial slur. But I said his mouth is already running. It's not that much. I said. I just watched that the other day. Key and Peele. But it's not that far of a stretch for him to be. Yeah, shit gets said in the heat of the moment, and definitely something set Garrett off, in my opinion.
Chris,
you know, it doesn't matter what the fuck he said. This is a professional.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
This is a professional fucking sport. And when you go and you rip the guy's helmet off and then you use his same helmet to bash him in the head with it, you're using it as a deadly fucking weapon. That is he should be out of the fucking league, in my opinion. That's how I feel. You're using a fucking weapon. You could kill the guy. I mean, Joe was telling me about a video that they had where they took a fucking professional football helmet and they smashed a fucking chair with it and it broke it in half. Imagine that Mason Rudolph's skull. That'll fucking kill him. He's using a weapon. That is not cool at all whatsoever. Fuck that guy.
Miguel.
But I mean, you can't put it all on Myles Garrett, because fucking Mason Rudolph, like John said, try to rip off his helmet first. That's where it all started.
Doesn't justify it, though.
But Myles Garrett got walked off by Mason Rudolph's other teammates. They pushed him back. They pulled him away. And what does fucking Mason Rudolph do? He gets up and runs towards him, and that's when the helmet starts getting swung. So he would have just stayed in his corner and not gone chasing after fucking Myles Garrett. It could have been avoided.
But it's still a criminal. They're both in the wrong, but you have to look at the severity of the issue there. Somebody is actually or performing assault. They're committing assault, which is like the law. I mean, that's like you're going to jail. You committed assault. Yes. Mason Rudolph did chase after him, but Myles Garrett, he could have just said, you know what? All right, fine. I'll throw up my hands. Go ahead, you guys push me away. Fine, whatever. Then let the refs blow the whistles, throw the flags, and then let Mason Rudolph get the penalty and not, do whatever. It's always that retaliates that gets caught the penalty. It's never the guy that causes it. If we watch the guy that gets up from being tackled, gets up and pushes the guy in the face, and then the other guy turns around and pushes him back in the face mask, or grabs his face mask. The guy that grabs the face mask is always the one that gets the flag thrown on him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it still doesn't. Mason Rudolph's actions did not warrant Myles Garrett to do what he did.
I agree.
I don't think,
Agreed.
regardless of if he said anything. Yeah, if you're trying to yank my helmet off, yeah, I yanked your helmet off. Miles Garrett could have just yanked his helmet off and fucking chucked it like who was it that did that? Was that that wasn't Pat Tillman, was it? That threw the helmet? No. Somebody else threw the fucking helmet. I'm trying to remember who it was, but yanked somebody's helmet off and just threw it on the sidelines. Just do that. You don't have to fucking hit him with it.
Yeah,
But anyway.
Yeah, it was bullshit. So I have a what the fuck.
Joseph, any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Joseph?
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Any thoughts on
Do you have
that?
any thoughts on the Miles Garrett
I have
Mason
no idea.
Rudolph throwdown? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Do
So
you know what we're talking about?
I think I heard about it a little bit on the news, but I don't really watch a lot of football.
Okay.
right on, man. Sweet. So Joseph, do you have any what the fucks this week at all? Do you have anything that you could say what the fuck to?
Why am I part of this podcast?
Yeah, that could be one of them.
What the fuck did I get myself into?
Yeah, I do have one. So Chris was live streaming my game last night. And so I'm watching him play it, and it's awesome. I'm paying attention, and like it's like, oh, he's gonna go in this room and blah blah blah. And so he's playing, and he gets to this very intense part, and he somehow just totally breaks it. He just breaks the whole game, and it just falls apart, and he has to restart.
If anyone can screw something up, it's Chris.
Yep.
So he found like a real big bug, and yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you want me to break something, I'll do it. Doesn't matter. They say it's indestructible, and I say no, it's not.
He also doesn't read the instructions, so he doesn't know what he's doing. So.
Who needs instructions?
What does this button do? What does this button do? Joe, what does this button do? What am I supposed to do? Hey, how do you do this? Hey, what am I supposed to do? How do you pick up this gun? How do you use this gun?
What I say?
Am I
Joe?
supposed to shoot him or tickle him?
My lord. All right.
That's awesome. Good job, Chris.
Yeah, you
Good
know.
job, Chris.
Thank
Kudos,
you.
Chris.
Hey, thanks, guys. All right, so I have a what the fuck, and I thought it was pretty hilarious. So I get a text by some bullshit hacker, and the reason I know this is because he sends me this person or whoever, machine or whatever it is, phishing program, I don't know what it is, but they send me a text, and they say, something's going on with your Wells Fargo bank, and we need you to put in your credentials. And on this SMS message that they send me is the HTML or the address of where I'm putting it in. So it has the Wells Fargo logo on it and everything, but in that address bar, it says nabinfo.com. Like they're going to nab my info, motherfuckers. You stupid fucking hackers. Yeah.
Like, it's like I'm gonna have a website. It's gonna be called stealyourshit.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me put my
Please enter
credentials in there.
everything.
It's ridiculous. Like, come on, people.
I mean,
So-
if you do, you deserve it if you go and do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I looked at it and I laughed. I deleted it, reported it as spam, all that fun shit. But I was like, you guys are stupid. Stupid ass hackers. They should hide that a little better.
Unfortunately, and it's hard to believe, Chris, some people are dumber than you.
It is.
Some people will fall for that.
Fuck you, John.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yeah, they're called Patriot fans.
I was gonna say it's usually because they're older.
Take that, Emil.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right.
That elderly have too
Thanks,
much
Chris.
trust
Now
in
you
people.
You just started a shit show.
I know.
I'm actually going to see if Emma wants to come to the Seahawks Cardinals game with us next year.
My
Even
lord.
though he's a Patriots fan.
Because he's gonna be the guy that shows up wearing a fucking Tom Brady jersey. Watch.
He will.
Well,
Probably.
now he is. Good job, Joe.
With a goat head.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Joe has done a lot of crazy things.
I'm gonna find me a Mexican food restaurant down there in Phoenix, and I'm gonna get me some.
No. No.
And I'll be eating it during the game.
No.
This is good. What is it? Oh, it's good.
That's what you get for bringing Emil. That's what Joe says.
Gonna smell his flagellants the whole fucking night.
No pizza.
No spaghetti. Joseph, just so you know, Joe
You
has
don't know
really bad gas.
No tomato sauce.
It could spark a bromance. You don't know that.
my
Joe and
God.
Joe.
Holding hands, skipping off into the sunset in Phoenix. You never know, okay?
Dude, if that
Like crossing hands, drinking beers. You never know.
That's my what the fuck.
sword fight too.
No,
Oh my God.
we're gonna eat mozzarella sticks from the either end
Oh, that's so cute.
with the stretchy cheese and stuff.
Jesus.
Honestly, if you and Emil ever get together, your debating needs to be videoed. We have to record your arguments back and forth.
I don't know. That's evidence. I don't know if we
It's
want that.
gonna be like Key and
Well,
Peele.
that's true.
It's
That's
gonna
true.
be
We don't want evidence of who killed who.
It's gonna be Key and Peele. No,
Yeah.
no.
Megan. No. All right, so we're done with the what the fucks. Good what the fucks, guys.
No.
I like it. We're going to move on down to our main topic this week. We're going to be talking about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and kind of give our opinions and whatever we want to talk about with the game and kind of review that. So, without further ado, Miguel, you want to who's played the longest first of all? Let's start with that. Who's
I beat the game.
Joe
the
beat
game.
it, but I mean,
Don't
Does
go there. Don't go there.
Go there.
does-
I want to know what you're gonna say. Go
no.
there.
I was just gonna say, but does that mean he has played the longest? Joe, what did you think of the double-ended lightsaber?
I liked the second version better than the first version.
Second version.
Oh, you haven't gotten that far yet?
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh. Oh.
Watch out, Miguel. Joe's in his every shower.
I feel like he's making shit up, though.
I am. Nope, they're not making shit up.
Well, if you haven't beat the game, then you wouldn't know, I guess.
I don't know.
Is it difficult?
Anyway, Miguel, keep going.
No, go ahead, Joe. You've played the most.
Okay. I've played
Okay.
most of the game. Yes, because I've beaten it. Kudos to Respawn. I'm not going to give EA credit for shit in this game, but Respawn did an amazing job. I did pre-order the Ultimate Edition, so I got like a gold skin for the lightsaber and an orange kyber crystal. So, yeah, I like the customization options, the skins. I like how they did it. It's a lot like, if I were to just break it down, it's Tomb Raider meets Star Wars, basically.
Meet Star.
I wouldn't call it Dark Souls because I played it. But anyway, maybe
And
Miguel
what is-
will compare it.
What is story mode? Is that the easiest?
It's the
mode?
easiest mode.
You played it on easy?
Yeah.
On newbie, rookie,
You play to win
Amateur.
the game.
amateur.
I'm not saying anything.
Amateur.
You played it on 5-year-old mode.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine.
I haven't played it. I'm just asking
Okay.
questions.
He's just
here.
talking
No,
shit.
they give you the option. There's I think 3 or 4 options. You can do story mode, which means
Which means you can sleep through it. That's cool.
no. It's fucking Assassin's Creed Historical Edition. It's not like that. You still fight. It's still challenging, but it's not as challenging or as ball busting as Jedi Master mode or Jedi mode, which is like Miguel said, it's like Dark Souls, where the combat's a lot harder. It's more technique involved. You have to parry more. The fights last longer. The bosses are harder. So yeah, I wanted to enjoy the story. I wanted to play it for the story. So that's what I.
That's fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
If it was a Sith game, would you have played it on a different difficulty?
Yeah. Again, it's a Jedi. It's a ginger Jedi. I'm sorry. I don't have nothing against gingers, but
Joe
it's a
Emil's
Jedi.
a ginger.
What?
Joe Emil's a ginger. Well, his beard is ginger. His hair up here is not, but his beard is hardcore ginger.
So it'd be carrot bottom?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I call him the ginger beard. His hair's not ginger.
You guys are
His beard-
all
Not-
assholes.
you should call him the Ginger Beard Man.
Ginger
ginger,
beard.
ginger beard man.
All right. Anyway, I did enjoy it. Yes, it's a Jedi. I don't like the Jedi. I wish there was choice where you could have said, you know what, fuck it, I'll join the dark side. But no, I do enjoy the story. I like when it takes place. It's like right after or recently after Order 66. So it's like right around episode 3, just after episode 3. Sorry, Revenge of the Sith. So
It's 5 years, isn't it?
I don't know if it's 5 years, but it's after episode 3. So yeah, it's nice. I love it. I love the story. I like what they did with it. Respawn did everything. I think Miguel's probably going to gripe about this, but I do agree with him. The Wookiees are kind of shit in the game. Of all the alien races, they're awful. I mean, they look like they look like
PlayStation 1 graphics.
no, it actually looks like, you know, those play school Wookiee toys. That's what it fucking looks like. They look like, they just don't look, they don't have the detail. But everything else is great. Facial animations, motion capture, gameplay as far as like the RPG element where you can choose, you unlock Jedi points or Force points to unlock different powers. As you progress along the story, your powers, you become more powerful. But to go back to like the Tomb Raider part where the more you advance in the game, the more skills you unlock or more special abilities you unlock to solve puzzles. So you're constantly going back to these worlds. Mm-hmm. I think there's like 5 worlds, and you're constantly like going back through, and they have a holo map that shows what's unlocked, what's not unlocked, and you can go back through. And
you get to go to Dathomir.
Yeah, you get to go to Dathomir, which is pretty awesome. Dathomir, those of you that don't know, is like the home of Darth Maul.
The Night Brothers and the Night Sisters.
The Night Brothers and Night Sisters. So, yeah. And I kind of have a crush on the Night Sister in the game. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Joe. They did a great job. Respawn did a great job. He corrected me. I sent a message and I said, EA did something right. He said, no, Respawn did something right. As far as the animation, I feel like it's all over the place. Yeah, the Wookiees look like complete shit. Forrest Whitaker has Forrest Whitaker eyes, so that was very accurate. Yeah, he looks just like that. Spoiler alert, Saw is in it. It's Forrest Whitaker's character. But I felt like in some parts of the game, everything looked great as far as the characters. Like, it was clean. The animations were perfect. And then at other points, I felt like it was just like blocky and not very well done. That's when you were just like having those non-cinematic conversations with the other characters. I don't forget her name, the black chick from the ship.
Seer,
yeah. She looked bad from time to time, like visually. Just, yeah. Gameplay, I do like the aspects of like it's a platformer, so you're unlocking new abilities to traverse these different worlds that you can't before. It was very well done. When you die, and I don't know if this is the same for story mode, Joe, so let me know. When you die, you lose all your XP that you had gained since you last meditated, which is your save point, and you get it back when you kill or when you damage the enemy that killed you. So you're gaining XP, and then you lose a fight. You lose whatever XP you had gained between your last save point and that fight, and you have to go back and refight. And when you hit that person, you get your XP back, you get your health. So it kind of gives you a bonus for going back and completing something instead of being like, oh, fuck it, I'm not fighting them, I'm going the other way. So you have to earn your stuff back. I do like so as I've said before, in games like God of War, I like to check all the corners for everything. There's so many fucking corners. The only thing I wish you could find kyber crystals sooner than you apparently do. I still don't have those yet, so I'm stuck with fucking blue and green. But all the cosmetics are just scattered all over. Left turn in some corner over here. John?
The kyber crystal colors, do they affect the performance of the lightsaber?
No,
it's just cosmetic. Okay.
Yeah, same as the other aspects of the lightsaber. So you can customize your lightsaber with different parts, the sleeve, the button, all that stuff, by stuff that you find.
doesn't change its power
No.
whatsoever.
No.
Okay.
It's all cosmetic.
Okay.
So yeah, the customization of that is great. The customization, there's not very much for your character himself. Droid skins look kind of cool, BD1 skins. But yeah, I want to say my favorite aspect of this, aside from it being so challenging, is that kind of flip of if you die, you lose all your experience, which was a nice aspect rather than the general just like, oh, you died, now just keep going. Gives you a reason to go back to where you were. So.
But I did notice when I played the story mode, even when you died, you had to. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to respawn where you died. No, you have to
save point.
You have to go back to your save point. So there's still a challenge where it's like, okay, fuck, I have to save, and you can't just pause save. You have to go to a meditation point, and there's only a few of them during in that entire map for that world. So there's still a challenge even on the easy mode. Yeah.
And also one thing that they did for when you meditate, so you go to meditate and it saves, but there's your skill tree there. There's also rest, which refills your stims, which your droid gives you to give you life back. And so it refills those. But when you do that and you have full health and you have everything reset for yourself, the world resets and all the enemies respawn.
Yep.
So it's not like you can go back and just reset everything and be like, oh, I have full health again. Well, the same enemies you just beat to lose all that health, they're there again. So
yeah. And you do have the ability to upgrade your droid to allow you to have more stims. So you start out with 3. I think I got up to 7 by the time I got to the end of the game. But yeah, it reminds me, it's funny because when I meditated, I'm like, Witcher, because that's what you have to do in The Witcher is you have to sit down and rest or meditate, and then you get your health back, and you can do the same shit. And then when the character, like, there's parts where like there's these narrow places where the guy can like slip through, I'm like, Tomb Raider, But I want to press a point about the lightsaber battles and how the parry system works. It works really well. And I do like the effect that they added into the game with the lightsabers. It's not just wah, 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 just swinging wildly. There's a parry system and there's a stamina bar. And then even when...
It's like The Witcher!
Yeah, even when you're like swinging like a back swing, or when you have the double lightsaber and you're swinging and you spin around and you hit the environment, they actually like slash across the wall and it shows the damage to the environment. And even when you attack a player or a stormtrooper or an animal, it shows like if you hit them in the side of the helmet, it shows like the burn mark on the animal, or on the stormtrooper. It's really cool.
You just can't dismember them.
I know. I wish that you could dismember them, but it's really cool.
The skill tree is also really great because like you start out with your basic attack, which is hack and slash, just repeatedly push X. That's all you have. And then you unlock the ability to use Y, which is a force move. It uses your force meter. But then eventually they just get more, you get more technique as you're going through the game. Like, yeah, your buttons are X and Y still only, but the way you combine them, if you hit X and then you pause and then you hit X again, it does a different kind of move, which will cause the enemies not to be able to block or whatever. So you have a block bar, the enemy has a block bar. You run out, you're fucked. They run out, they're fucked. So
yeah, there's force push, force pull. There's throwing the lightsaber, single lightsaber, throwing the double lightsaber. So there's a lot of stuff. There's the ground pound, superhero landing type thing, and yeah,
force pull and throw.
Pull and throw.
Get over here!
Push.
Get over there!
You can slow down time as well too. You can slow them down. Yep.
So that's what Cal's special ability is. When he uses the force, his force ability slows down time. Yeah, go ahead.
I do also like how they put it into the story, his other force ability, where he can sense things that happened with objects. So, like, games like Tomb Raider, they always have stuff just laying around. You pick it up, and Laura will be like, "Oh, this is a blah 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 blah," because she's an archaeologist. She knows what all this shit is. But Cal, like, he can touch something, and there was a fight here, and there was a Wookiee, and they were hiding out here, so he can kind of see into the past based on whatever he picks up. So it kind of gives that backstory as to why he's able to tell you what the fuck happened with these random things, artifacts throughout the game.
Yeah. Enemies. Oh, go ahead, John.
I was wondering. I don't know if you guys talked about it when I went to go get my beer. What's the world like? You guys said you're in a world. Is it individual worlds that you're going to? And then how much of an open world concept is it, or is it really more of a
open linear?
It's like it's open linear. So it's almost like a platformer in a sense, to where you go to a world, but the world when you land, there's only like a track, a path that you can do in this.
God of War. Think God of War.
So you're led specifically where you have to go.
Yes and no. Yes. You're free to move about. You can go backwards and forwards and sideways.
But it's not Ghost Recon Breakpoint where you can go anywhere on the map at any point you want.
It's not even like God of War when you're just going around in the boat wherever you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's there's a path on each world, and depending on your ability, it unlocks new areas.
And that's one thing that drove me crazy about it. So you have a map that tells you where you go and where you've been. Well, it tells you where you've been. But I'll be like on the other end of the map, and you got to get back to your ship, and I've gone in circles.
Yeah, and there's no fast travel.
Yeah.
Chris.
Would I say it would be you're on an open path with a little bit of nook and crannies? Is kind of what we would say to look for certain things.
Like you can go off the path, but not very much.
Yes.
We'll just say it's God of War.
Yeah, you can go off the path, and that's normally where your chests are that you find and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as my experience with the game, I've had very short experience, so I'm right in the beginning of the level, like where I'm going to the first Jedi temple. I just learned about meditation. I just got the new power where I get to use the Y button now. So that's only where I'm at. So I don't have that as much experience as these two guys, but from what I've seen, the cutscenes, and I believe the lore is going to be pretty amazing. It really feels exciting to know that there's going to be more lore that you get to learn about the Star Wars universe in this game. So that's what makes me excited, and that's kind of why I did story mode like Joe did, because I want to learn about the story. I don't want to be frustrated like I'm a Dark Souls player, but in this game, I do not want to be frustrated because I just want to learn about the story, and I want to enjoy my gameplay. So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Yeah, plus I didn't want to have to rage quit the game. I didn't want to have to hate the game. So that's why I just kind of went story mode. Like if I want to go back, if I can go back with everything unlocked and then play through, yeah, I'll do that.
Good luck learning how to control your Y button, because it's a very fine line. It's like you can use it twice when you first start, and then you're out of force because it consumes your force. So then you can't fucking freeze people. You can't push. So then you're just stuck with your good old hack and /X button. So you got
either that or your button mashing B to fucking roll out of the way.
Yeah, that's.
Well, we already know that Chris is a button masher.
Another thing.
Certain games, John. You fucking
Joe's
asshole.
frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing so the parries, as Joe was talking about, you can't just spam it. If you spam it, you're gonna get hit.
So it's your stamina bar.
Yeah, so it's more like you have to take your time when you're fighting your enemy and kind of strategize your moves and kind of slow down versus going in guns a-blazing, right?
Yeah, definitely, because like if there's a group of enemies, you got to take out the guys with the blasters before you fight the guys that have the energy, whatever they are, or else you're just going to get shot in the back repeatedly. Stupid archers. It's basically what they are.
Okay. That makes sense.
Great looking, yeah.
Which
But the cool thing is you carry the shot back to
No,
You're a droid.
he got
you are a
robot-y.
droid.
Droid Joan.
Bye, Joe.
Oh man.
Bye, Felicia.
Looks like I'm cutting this part out. It's cool.
So it looks like the bad internet's moving my way, so I'm probably next.
It's got to be the storm.
Am I now?
Is there a storm out there?
Yeah,
It's snowing.
snowing.
It's snowing?
Yeah,
How bad?
pretty bad.
Yeah, you're good, Joe.
Thank you. All right. No, I think it's just my Discord every once in a while. I might just have to hang up and come back. So anyway, good game. Good all in all. I probably give it 8.5. I like the lore. You guys will love the ending. I love the ending. It's a lot of Rogue One-esque ending.
Cool.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would with Saw showing up, you know.
Yeah, and who shows up at the end?
Dun, dun, dun.
That I do have to say.
Of course he does. The Stormtrooper?
I do have to say the second sister is pretty badass. When I saw her, I was like, "Whoa, she looks sick." So
Wait until you see the ninth sister.
yeah.
She's a big one.
Oh my god. Oh.
You like big girl aliens, anyway. John.
So I'm a little conflicted based on everything you guys have said. I hear a lot of The Witcher comparisons.
The
There's no
combat.
horses.
No horses,
Combat.
John.
Combat is definitely Witcher.
More. Well, I wouldn't say Witcher. It's more. It reminds me more of like. Well, yeah, I'd say Witcher, but
It's
more
like
kinda
Witcher
like-
and God of War had a baby.
or Batman. I'd throw in
Star
Batman
Wars
a little bit.
combat. A little bit.
I'd throw in a little bit of Batman with the parry and the like. There's no reversal, but there's still a parry.
Well, I mean, if you parry right and then you hit X, you're going to execute somebody. So, I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
like reversal. John, if you play it on story mode, you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah.
How long is the campaign? How long did it take you to beat it, Joe?
I played it probably for, I would say probably a good 28 hours.
28.
28, 30 hours.
Okay. That's not bad.
Because I took a full day and played it, and then I played it when it came out at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock the night before. I didn't play it straight from 9 o'clock to the next day. I played it from 9 o'clock to 12, so I'd probably say, yeah, probably a good 30 hours.
Okay. I'm interested in it. I'll have to wait till after I move and get all settled.
Do you have EA access?
No.
Okay. I would say I would probably have, if you had EA access, I would say wait until it comes out for EA access, if it does. But then by then it might be too long.
Or you can buy EA Access. What is it? $5? And you get a free trial.
Actually, right now they have a special where you do the Xbox Unlimited. If you have Xbox Unlimited or you sign up for it, then you get
Ultimate?
or Xbox Ultimate. I'm sorry. You get Discord. You get the special Discord. You get EA Access, and then you get Spotify Premium. But that's only if you don't have Xbox Unlimited. Yeah,
But
only for
if
new
you,
customers.
if you get EA Access, you can try games before you buy them. I think it's a couple hours, isn't it? Might be just an hour, but you can try the game for free, well, with your subscription before you buy it.
Honestly, John, if you enjoy the lore of Star Wars, this is canon, so this has happened, like with the movies and the Mandalorian, all that shit. So this exists. Same thing with Battlefield or Battlefront 2.
See, I never
doesn't-
got into Battlefront.
See, Battlefront actually does have a story mode, and it's canon, which means it exists.
Yeah, I've always liked Star Wars. I'm nowhere near to the point of being into Star Wars as you are, Joe. Yeah, Echo. Thanks, Chris. Good job. With me not being as into Star Wars as you are, like I love Star Wars. I love watching the movies, but I don't go beyond that to dive into the story of it.
Yeah, I'm head first.
Yeah, I can tell. So I don't know. I might play the game. Yeah, you're super dedicated.
Did you play Force Unleashed?
Me? I don't know what that is.
Go try that.
So
It's on
no.
It's on Game Pass, I think.
It is 1 and 2, but that's not canon.
It's not canon, but I mean, it's a Star Wars.
It is a good game.
They're good games. They're
might get it.
older.
I got a lot of bills coming up with the whole moving process.
Game Pass.
Game Pass. You have Game Pass.
No, I mean for the
Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming up, so I don't have a lot of expendable income at the moment for video games. So I haven't bought anything. I might get it after I move and get all settled in. Oh yeah, look, controllers. I need to get a new controller because somebody sold me an Xbox with a bum controller.
Sweet.
It has drift. Sorry.
No, the right bumper doesn't work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It worked fine when I had it.
Oh, okay, sure it did.
Do you guys have anything else to say about Jedi Fallen Order? Anything else?
Boogies look like shit.
That's a bummer.
You get to drive an AT-AT.
That's cool.
For about 30 seconds.
Do you
But
get to drive
still-
it wherever you want, or is
No.
it you just go straight?
You just get to go on a path, but you get to blow shit
That's
up
not
with
driving an AT&T.
it. But you get to blow shit up. Who cares?
He said
Sorry.
AT&T.
I did.
AT&T.
AT&T.
At that. All right.
All right, sweet. Well, my final synopsis so far is I'm excited about the lore. I get to follow that. I haven't seen any other species yet, so I don't have an opinion on that. It just the world and everything right now. I've got goosebumps when I first started. So it looks really good. It looks like a great game to me so far. Like I said, I haven't gotten that far with it since I redid my studio here, and I apologize to our listeners about the audio. It might be a little jacked this week. I'm going to be looking into some new internet. But anyways, Star Wars to me seems like a pretty fun game. Miguel?
Joseph, do you have any questions on this game or any thoughts?
I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
Have you played it?
I've just been watching a bit of it on YouTube though.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
Yeah, I dig it.
Sweet, man.
Chris, my advice to you, Chris.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to butcher this name and then get it mixed up with Marvel right now, Joe. Don't go to Dathomir. Dathomir? Is that correct? Don't go to Dathomir right away because you may rage quit.
Yeah, don't go there.
Don't go there.
Okay.
Just don't go there.
I'll stay away.
Don't go there. Don't go there until it's like you should go here, but just don't go there.
Okay.
Because it opens it up right away. But
Right, but don't go there.
you should progress a little bit before you go there.
Okay.
Because
Well,
those
here's
Night
the
Brothers
secret,
are a
though.
pain in the ass.
The Night Brothers are a pain in the ass, but there is an area that you can go to where you drop down in the lower areas, and there is a lightsaber workbench to unlock the dual saber. Everybody's like, oh, you have to go back to the beginning planet, but if you go to Dathomir, you go down to the workbench, you can actually get the dual lightsaber before you have to go back to the other planet.
That's where I got mine, was at the other planet.
Yeah.
But something.
Balaga or something like that. Balake, something like that.
Balake.
Okay. Be nice.
Oh, man.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
But anyway,
Pitter patter.
pitter patter.
Sweet. All right. Well, all the listeners out there, play some Star Wars. Enjoy the game because we're enjoying it. And so we're going to move on down to rando shit. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, let's wrap up with the randos. I'll start. Kudos, applaud Disney. Thank you, Disney. Disney Plus is amazing.
Mandalorian, Baby Yoda.
Mandalorian, everything on Disney Plus. There isn't anything on there that I would not watch. I would watch every single show. I even watched The Descendants 1 and 2. And, oh, speaking of The Descendants, I think in Descendants 2, Shorzy is in it.
What?
Yeah.
The Descendants.
Yes. It's
Shorzy is Wayne.
Huh? Not Shorzy.
actor.
Not Shorzy. Jesus.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
Not Shorzy. Jonesy.
Oh, okay.
Is Jonesy the blonde? Jonesy's the blonde, right?
No, that's
Riley.
Riley. Okay, sorry.
Jonesy has the short hair.
Yeah, Riley is in Descendants too,
Okay.
as one of the character, like the bad guys. So I was like, I know him. But I watched it with my boys. I watched.
Balls a tug tit fucker.
Yeah. Fuck you, Shorzy. Anyway.
Jonesy.
But yeah, I everything on Disney Plus. I love the Star Wars, everything, Rebels, Clone Wars, everything. Marvel, amazing. I can't wait for all of the shows to come out, like WandaVision and Captain America and the Falcon. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. Loki, I'm really excited to see because they're talking about how they're gonna answer some questions with Loki, and Tony Stark actually is supposed to come back as Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr.
The voice of Iron Man.
No, he's actually going to appear in one of the shows. And he's also supposed to appear in the Black Widow movie. But
Is Loki still going to be played by Tom Hiddleston?
yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, all of the characters, even Jeremy Renner, who supposedly had some backlash with his ex-wife or something, he's still going to play Hawkeye. So all the characters are still going to be there, with the exception of Chris Evans as Cap. But
Why?
well, because he's old Cap.
He's old.
Which I do like the internet. I love the internet and the fact that what they should have done was instead of done Chris Evans as old Cap, they should have had Stan Lee be old Cap, so that in every movie it's Stan Lee, but it's actually Captain America in every movie making those comments. Which would have been really nice for Marvel to do that, but they didn't. So
they're not as smart as we hope they are.
yeah, and I really enjoy like the Disney documentaries. I've been watching Imagineering, which is like the behind the scenes.
Watch that. I haven't seen that.
It is so cool because it goes from the beginning with Walt, and I think this third episode is going to be when Michael Eisner takes over. I think it's his name for Disney. It's like in the 90s. And he actually like ties in like a lot of the movie references into the Disney parks. So I'm really excited. I love that show. I love the history, the documentaries, everything's cool. Oh, and The Life According to Jeff Goldblum, it's pretty cool. He's out there, but he's pretty cool.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. So that's all I got for Rando is just Disney Plus, love it. Oh, Oculus Quest, love it. I'll have my review up on YouTube on the Quest. I did an unboxing, but I'm also going to add in a review for the Quest.
Controllers are better.
Yes, hands down. Controllers are better. The screen is better, but I will go in depth on YouTube on that.
Joe, what's the controller look like for the Oculus Quest?
Hold on.
Doesn't look like a dildo. does it?
Amazing. No, it's much better. They fit in your hands, man.
I have pretty big hands.
I enjoy them much better than the PlayStation.
So this is it. This is the whole thing. There's no wires, no nothing. That's the headset.
Those two little hoop things are your controllers?
Well, the hoop portion of it is what is detected by the cameras.
How do you hold it when you're playing? Okay. So that's okay.
Actually, yeah, this is the right hand one. So
Okay.
you hit trigger, you have another grip button, then you have the joystick, and then two buttons, and then the Oculus button.
Okay.
And then that's it. But they're touch sensitive. So like with the
It's
PlayStation, you actually, when you're holding the PlayStation Move controllers, it doesn't sense that you're holding them. It just sees the ball glowing and moving. These, when you hold them in your hand, it shows your hand like this in VR. But as soon as you just place your thumb down, either here or on the joystick, your thumb goes down, and same thing with the trigger and the grip.
Oh.
So to make a fist in the Oculus, you literally you have to squeeze the trigger and the grip, and then put your thumb down on the joystick or the buttons, and it'll make a fist.
Oh.
But if you don't, it just does like a
Thumbs up.
loose hand like that.
Yeah, you can do thumbs up. You can do like 3 fingers up. And
Yeah. And
I
it's
think you can do that.
yeah, and I think in the bar fights one you can do a middle.
I don't know
finger.
about the shocker. I think your 2 fingers are tied together.
Yeah. But
So, Joe, do you have the capability of videoing what you're like, videoing you while you play the game and making a video of that and posting it on YouTube?
I actually can, because I can share my screen to a device and then record that device.
Okay.
So I could stream.
That might be, and then edit them together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that might be something cool to do.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
so that we could see what you're doing and then what you look like when you're doing it.
Yeah. I haven't gotten any really scary games for it yet. I'm still kind of like on the fence about that. I'm trying to get through the Moors first, then I'll think about getting a.
And then the Moors will be in VR just for you.
Yeah. But I will admit, though, playing Vader Immortal on VR is like no other experience. It's not like an experience like the Batman experience on PSVR was. It's literally like a game. And yeah, it's unbelievable. They have According to early reviews, they have updated the tracking on these. So the tracking is a lot smoother, a lot easier. I mean, when I'm holding the controller and I have the lightsaber, I can sit there and just wave it really fast, and it'll sit there and just go, whirr. You know, it literally, it's like the tracking is on point. I played ping pong. I actually have Angry Birds, and it's really cool because one controller you pull back the slingshot, the other controller you hold it, and you can aim, and it's really neat. It's really neat. I highly recommend for Christmas. If you have, I got the 128 gig, so it's a little bit more. It's like just under $600, but if you get like the lower version, it's like $300. And I think it's totally worth it because you don't need anything except for a phone or a tablet that has Google Play, and you can download the app, or Android. I mean, or Apple, sorry.
So there's no cameras with that wireless one, is there?
No, there is. This is the cool thing that freaked me the fuck out, but it was actually cool. On the front of the visor, these little, what you think are like nuts or, you know, like rivets, they're actually cameras. So when you are in your safe zone, you see the game. But as soon as you step outside of the safe zone, it turns on these cameras and you see your room. It's in black and white, but you see your environment. So I literally was playing in here, and I walked. If there's enough light, the camera will stay on. And I walked into my living room with my visor on and set up a new boundary in the living room to play out there because I had more space.
Wow.
And it saves your boundaries. So if I had the boundary set in the living room, I walked into the living room, my boundary was still saved, and then I turned around and walked back. I didn't have to rewrite the boundary. It saved it for this room. So every time I'm wearing this and I walk into this room, my boundary is saved.
Sweet.
So I highly recommend for the holidays, if you're trying to get into VR and you're still not sure, this Oculus Quest, I have PSVR, and I for some reason, like playing, what is it, the Truth one that you played, John? The shooting game. I couldn't play it for too long because I'd get motion sickness. I can play the Quest for hours, for 2 hours, and I don't get motion sickness. And, well, with the exception of the game, the roller coaster game that I was playing, or the experience, that one gave me, I was like, oh, nope, I gotta stop this. But everything else, the Vader one, moving around, there's a Legend of the Gods game, there's puzzle games and shit like that. I did the Anne Frank experience. I did the space station experience, where you're actually in the space station and you're like floating and you're like pulling yourself into these different modules, and you can look down and see the Earth, and it actually like rotates and shit. It's amazing. I fucking love it.
Miguel, you have any rando?
I do. Go Eagles, fuck the Seahawks.
Go Hawks, fuck the Eagles.
So Joe was talking about Project X Cloud earlier.
What?
Look what we won.
What'd you win?
Chicken.
A turkey?
We won a turkey!
Apparently we won a turkey.
We did a bingo thing at school, and yeah, we won a turkey.
They had a bingo.
Awesome.
Smoke it. Smoke it.
I'm going to show you what we won.
That's awesome. How much is it?
Welcome to the podcast,
Yeah, I
Joseph.
can see that.
These things
23,
happen.
almost 24 pounds.
They had bingo at my kid's school, and they won a 24-pound turkey.
Nice.
This is what happens when you
Aren't they
stick.
a little young to be gambling?
Yeah, let's see what it says.
It was condoned by the school district, so
Anyways, my other randos. So earlier Joe touched on Project X Cloud, and he has the app, but he doesn't have access to it. If you go in and register, I registered super late, like last week, sometime after it had already been open for a while. I got access today. I tried it out. Played Gears Ultimate. It looks good on my screen. I can feel, it's not major, but I can feel the input delay on my phone for sure. So hopefully it'll get better, but for right now, I don't think it's at a good point as far as an alternative to a console system in front of you. It looked good on my screen. I used it on my phone. connected my Bluetooth controller. But yeah, with Gears of War, I could definitely feel it's probably like 10 milliseconds, but you can tell that there is a lag there. But yeah, if you register, Joe, try it out. Just let me know what you think if you get access. It is not given to everyone. They say you may or may not get access. It could take 2 months for you to get access. So, or you could give it a try on my phone sometime. So yeah, xCloud, register, get it, try it, Joe. You might like it. It might not be good for shooters, but something that you might play.
I just registered.
Something nice. Once again, go Eagles. Fuck the Seahawks. And then lastly,
Eagles.
with Jedi Fallen Order, with The Mandalorian, I am all in on Star Wars right now. I started watching Rebels, and Star Wars has consumed my life, except I played Overwatch the other day for a little bit when John wanted to hang out with me. But yeah, I'm on a Star Wars kick. So
if you want another side story, Star Wars Battlefront 2 story mode, play it.
I did. I played it.
Oh, with Iden Verso?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
cool.
played it. I played the DLC for it, and
Awesome.
fuck the multiplayer.
Yeah, well, still Star Wars. Anyway, John, Rando.
I got an offer on my house yesterday, and we accepted it today. So our closing date is December 27th. They wanted it to be December 23rd, which is, for those of you who don't know how to read a calendar, that is 2 days before Christmas. That is not okay. I'm not moving
sucks.
2 days before Christmas. So
Right?
we will be moving 2 days after Christmas.
Give your balls a tug, tit fucker.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
I'll be in
Shorzy.
Disneyland when you're moving, so
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Have fun.
I will.
Chris, Rando?
It's going to be crowded as shit.
Really enjoyed Disney Plus. Mandalorian is fucking amazing.
Yoda. Baby Yoda.
I never thought I would be addicted to Pokemon as much as I am right now playing Pokemon Sword.
Give your balls a tug.
Yeah.
Ditto. Sorry, ditto.
I
love it.
It's a fucking.
Flip floppy, right? Yeah. Flip
Yeah.
floppy, yeah.
It's a great game. I really,
Hey, at least he knew it was coming.
I knew.
really do enjoy the game. Been enjoying playing the game with Joe. Let's see what else. I never thought No Man's Sky that would renew my faith in No Man's Sky for VR. Can ever play it in a flat screen again, so I'm deleting it off my Xbox and leaving it on my PlayStation for PlayStation VR. Let's see what else. Anything else? I'm super glad that the Cardinals have a quarterback now, even though our postseason is over. So hopefully we play spoilers and ruin other people's seasons. Yep, there you go. And yeah, I'm sorry, Miguel, you never have faith in the Cardinals, so go Hawks.
Yeah!
Actually,
I've started Kyler Murray for like the past 5 weeks. Fuck you, Chris.
I've never heard one go Cardinals from you ever in your life.
because he's not dumb.
You clearly don't listen.
You didn't say go Cardinals. You might have said go Kyler, but I've never heard you say
And you did say go Hawks for the Seahawks Cardinals game. So
Yeah.
I do have DK on my lineup, so go Hawks.
yeah,
Oh, shit. Jesus, Miguel.
I had Jordan Matthews, but I dropped him. Sorry.
I think that's all for me. I really did enjoy this podcast. Our interview was pretty solid with Joseph.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we were able to
yeah.
really talk to him and talk with him about his abilities to make a game. So exciting stuff.
And that, one last point. It's actually crossed my mind. Now that I have Oculus Quest, I actually have no purpose for my PlayStation. So,
John,
Joe's
you want
selling
a
it.
PlayStation?
Is it free?
hell no.
Then no, because I already have one that I got for free.
But you're borrowing it.
Yeah,
But-
but he doesn't want it back
Oh, so it's a lifetime borrow.
until he
Anyway.
says he wants it back. But
Hey,
I
Joe.
don't play it. It's unplugged on the shelf.
What?
What about Chris's all those favorite games of Chris's that you can't play on Oculus?
What do you mean?
What
Like
about the games
Firewall?
that are only on PlayStation?
Firewall
Like
Zero.
Firewall?
Sure.
I don't know. I've like I said with the Quest, I don't get sick, so I get sick playing PSVR, but I don't get sick playing the Quest. I don't know what it is. I don't know
Do
what
they
it
have
is.
Blood and Truth on the Quest?
No.
Yes.
That
Yeah, that's a exclusive for PSVR, not on the Quest. Yeah.
okay.
No.
Um,
Yet.
Earl,
anyway.
I need to get with Earl and play some Firewall Zero Hour. He did say that he would like to team up with me. So, Earl, if you're out there listening, I'm sure you are. hit me up on Console Drones Gmail, and I'll get back with you. I know it's been a while. I've been really busy with my studio, the girls, and everything else. So hit me up, dude. We can play some Firewall Zero Hour sometime. So I do have to get new internet because I am not dealing with this issue anymore with this bullshit. So, John,
What are your options for internet?
they're not looking very good, but I hope I can get a little bit better than what I have right now because it's bad. Or I'm calling a tech to move the modem into the garage. So
There you go. Last for me, go Cowboys.
oh my lord, Miguel.
Oh,
Miguel.
tie. Please
horrible.
tie. Please
Why?
tie.
Damning
No.
thing.
Please
Go
tie.
Cowboys. Let me
Please
do the.
tie.
Who are they playing?
The fucking Patriots.
Oh, all right. I understand.
Go
Go
tie. They both suck.
I had to do the deck. Do the deck. Do the deck. Do the deck. Sorry. Anyway,
Chris, what's preventing you from just moving your modem yourself?
you
I
have to
I
pay
need
to activate the line.
I need an activated dial-up line or phone line or whatever for DSL to work, and I have nothing in here, so he's got to move it.
It's $80.
Yeah. Well,
What about power line technology?
what is that?
So it's basically you can run your internet through your house using the existing power lines in your house. So if you have an outlet in the wall near
That's not here.
what?
I said that's not going to be here. We're not going to have access to that.
Yeah, you buy it. It's made by Netgear. You buy it on Amazon. It plugs into your outlet. You plug from your router. You plug a wire from your router into this thing that plugs into your outlet, and this thing runs your internet through your existing power lines. Look it up on Google. Power line internet made by Netgear. That's what I have. My router is in my living room. I have power line Netgear adapter
Does that work
under
for
my desk.
Does it work for DSL though?
It works for a router. You plug it. So you have a router that uses an Ethernet cable, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you take an Ethernet cable from the back of your router. It goes to this adapter, which plugs into an outlet on the wall. The outlet, the adapter, runs internet through the power lines in your house to whatever other outlet you want, and where it receives the internet through the existing lines, and then you take an Ethernet cable and plug it into your computer.
Yep, look it up.
All right.
Boomtown.
Or you could be not so fancy and since it's DSL, just get a really long phone cable.
No, that won't
You
happen.
say not so fancy, but what you mean is ghetto. And you are in Williams.
Clearly-
so that would be acceptable.
Clearly the opposite of not so or the same exact thing as not so fancy is ghetto. Clearly.
Yeah, but you're trying to dress it up a little too much. You're putting too much pepper on it.
If you don't want to you don't want to have to research this new technology we've never heard of. Just get a long ass fucking phone line and just route your modem to your fucking den there.
So you're
Power line technology has been in use for
Never heard of it.
decades.
It's on there. I just looked it up.
He's
It's
calling
Amazon.
John a
$80,
liar.
You get 2 adapters.
But clearly you'd never heard of it before just now either, Joe.
No, I didn't. I haven't. But thank you, John. Now I have heard
You're
of
welcome.
it, and I may use it.
I might be
use
doing
it.
that now.
That's my internet.
John, I might be saying I love you after this.
There you go.
Good Lord, you guys are
Tuck your
great.
beard.
All right, well that's pretty
your-
much.
Give your beard a tug, tit fucker.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's pretty much me. Do you guys have any other random shit before we close this long fucking editing
No,
show
I'm
up?
hungry. Hurry up.
All right. This is Chris. I'm going to go play some video games and cry about all the editing that I have to do. I am out. Peace.
This is John. I'm going to go probably watch Jack Ryan with my wife, but otherwise I will go reload some ammunition in the garage. I'm out.
This is Miguel. I'm gonna go watch Rebels. Rebels.
This is Joe. I'm probably going to play on the quest to get me some Vader Immortals. Boomtown.
Game on.
Boomtown's the last one. That's not fair.
Pussy.
Fitsky. All right. Fitsky. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Game on, guys.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Gamer Talk Podcast, Season fucking 2.
They know you're here. They watch chicken.